All right, well, here we go. Hey, Coaches Up for Change. It's Dee Corchin, and I'm excited to be with you tonight. It is December 26th, so kudos to you for showing up for yourself, for showing up for others, showing up for your business, to be here for this really a special team time training. Wanted to come together because we have so much going on. And this can be such a tough time of year because we can feel so conflicted, right? We want to be with our family. We want to enjoy all the things. We want to kick back. We want to exhale. We want to relax. But in coaching world, this is actually when we need to show up the most, right? And start really being there, being available, because this is when the rest of the world is really thinking about what they want to do with their health, right? They've woken up today. Maybe you're in that crowd, woken up today, not feeling so great. So being out there, being available is important. And we've got a lot of great things. So I really want to make this call tonight for you, make it interactive, and just give you the opportunity to ask questions because we've got several different initiatives, incentives, and information is still coming in. So anything I don't know the answer to, especially on the new Commit to Health incentive, I will, write it down, get back to you. That's the good thing. I've got connections to business leader support. So I did a PowerPoint just to keep myself in check. But I kind of want to go through this kind of step by step. But what I would really love, you guys, and I want you to think about this as kind of like a time for you, that we used to have that is interactive, that if at any point you've got a question, just raise your hand, use the feature down at the bottom, the reactions, or just unmute yourself and say, hey, Dee, I want to can you slow down for a second? Because I'd rather us all get this and understand it, because that's how we're going to best be able to make the best impact with it. So we are perfectly positioned, you guys, to make great impact. I know the past couple of months have not been necessarily maybe what you expected as an individual or for your team, but it's all green lights ahead for us. We have an incredible program that we offer that nobody else offers what we do in terms of the community, the education, the support, proven, clinically studied program. We have a huge need in this country. People can only ignore their health for so long till the physical ailments, the internal struggle, the debate, the high blood pressure, the diabetes catches up with them. And Optavia is partnering with us to make this super simple to be able to share. So hang on with me just one second. Let me pull up the various things we have going on and get us going with this. Okay. All right. So really three key things I want to talk about, and then a bonus at the end. So through the Compass Crew, which is Terry Miller's organization, Dan Bell, IPDs like myself, Nancy Strauss, we have pulled together these 3 webinars over the next 3 days called New Year, New You. And these take place at different times of the day, based on different people's needs, different time zones. And you can see what those dates are there. And everything is in Coaches Up for Change. There is a Facebook event that people can join. You can get all the information. But tomorrow is being led by Dr. Michael Smith, who is a former director of WebMD. He utilized the program for his own health to reduce inflammation, go next level. But having somebody with that kind of credibility leading it is going to be phenomenal. They're not just going to talk about the program. They are also going to talk about what are the common pitfalls with New Year's resolutions and what people try to do on their own. What are the common traps? And then how we are the solution. So let's talk about for a minute who to invite to these calls. So your most important people, I think. This is really an outreach. So really for your candidates, people that you're really thinking about the program for. And I really, really encourage you to personally reach out to everybody you've ever done a health assessment with, anybody who has expressed interest in the program, asked you about it, that maybe you didn't get to a call. This is going to be the perfect opportunity for that. And then there's also a great post. It's in Coaches Up for Change that you could post in the morning if you want about this. But your program candidates are going to be the best people. Those are going to be your follow-up people. Your active clients. I really encourage you to invite active clients to this to show them really what's possible, especially if you think they might be in a dieting mindset, maybe not really being awakened yet. So really show them what's possible with the program, and they'll do a light touch on coaching. highly encourage it for struggling clients. We've got a lot of those people who have been slip sliding. This is a way when people, you know how it is when we get on a call, we watch something, we get re-engaged, we're like re-excited, reignited. Also to your inactives to show what's possible. And then naturally, anybody, I call it people on your heart, just somebody you've been thinking about for the program, friends and family. It's just a great opportunity to say, hey, I don't know if you'd be interested in this or not, but here's a huge opportunity that you can learn about this from some, medical professionals that are experienced with the program. So I kind of did a good, better, and best on how to promote these events. We've been so fortunate for a long time that we've been able to use mass blast of things, social media, but really it's back to the personal touch that is going to get you the results that you're looking for, that's going to make the impact, that's going to get somebody's attention. So if you are short on time, you don't know what to do, good would be to do an email blast or a text blast to your clients, your inactives, your prospects. That would be like something good you could do just to get information out there. Not highly effective, but better than doing nothing. Better would be to do a personal message or email. And so that would be like me checking with you, Debbie Graleski, and saying, hey, Debbie, you've been asking me about the program. I know the timing has been a concern. Not sure if timing is right, but thought you might be interested in this webinar. So making it very specific that I thought about you and here's why, specific to you. Or Hey, Mary Beth, I know you've been kind of struggling on the program throughout the holidays, got this great webinar happening, thought you might be interested just to help remotivate you, see what's possible. The absolute best is going to be a verbal connection, you guys. Like if you are discouraged where your results are, or you want to impact more people, or you want to make more income by helping more people, verbal, there's just no way around it. So verbal is going to be best, really discussing why you're inviting them and the benefits. So old school, picking up that phone is best. I really don't recommend leaving something like this on a voicemail. People are not listening to voicemails that often. If they don't answer, or you could text them and say, hey, hey, Frank, I've got a quick question. Can I give you a quick call? See if they're there and then ask to call them. But if that doesn't work, I would say a video text or an audio text would be your next best personal message. I do recommend that you put these on social media, whatever platforms you're using, but really just remember this is layering. It's for your own personal branding, just showing that you're doing this, you're putting things out into the community. They get very little results, right? So just putting it out there, waiting for somebody to come to you will not have nearly the impact as other, but that would go in the good. It's good to do that and be consistent with it. The next thing, and they'll let you guys ask any questions about it, is what do you do with that after? Because we want to invite, but the more important thing is we want to do the follow-ups. We want to have the conversations afterwards. So if somebody says to you, sure, yeah, I would love to hop on, make sure you follow up with them within 24 hours. Follow up. And the most important thing I think is ask, what did you like most about the presentation? I learned that early on in my training was not to ask really broad questions like, so what do you think? But ask it in a positive spin, so it actually gets them thinking about the positives they liked about it. If they missed it, if they go, oh, sorry, I missed it, I'll catch the next one. Rather than just sending them recording, I think it's better to keep the interaction going and just ask them, would they like you to send the recording if they missed it? Because these will be recorded. And then you'll also have the opportunity at that point to talk about the Commit to Health incentive, which we're going to talk about in a minute, or to share about the Back to Me in 2023. So questions around that? Does anybody want to pop off? Anybody have questions around the New Year, New You webinars?
Hey, Dee, I had a question. Someone asked me who is speaking on the other webinars.
So I will include it in the post, Monica, when I post this recording. I know that tomorrow's Dr. Michael Smith. Tuesday or Wednesday is Donnie Alvarenga. She is a retired nurse practitioner and who left nurse practitioner to become a full-time health coach. And then on Thursday is two physicians. They are a husband and wife couple, and I'll get their names for them. But they chose all medical professionals to lead these.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Hey Dee, this is Lori. Just a quick question as far as the information on the webinars themselves. You said that there would be information on Coaches Opt for Change. Will we have links to the different versions? And do you recommend us including a preferred time, or as we connect, asking which day or time would be most convenient? What are your thoughts on the three webinars and how we include the detail about joining that webinar in our outreach?
Yeah, I think, you could trust your intuition on that, Lori, and maybe especially if you know the person. I mean, giving them the options is great, but a lot of times I like to just say, hey, this is today at 1. Is there any chance you could watch it? Or it's tomorrow at 4. And then if they say, well, that doesn't work, and go, well, okay, there's another one Thursday night at 8. Would that be better? But I don't think there's any harm. I don't think it's either, I really is
Okay.
that big of a deal. And then, yes, you can either give them the direct, I think it's in some ways better just to give them the direct link to the webinar. It's going to be the same link for all 3 of them. Same link, and it's actually the same link that we use for the Monday night community calls, the really large room community calls. There is a Facebook event, and they can join that. It will be live streamed there. But I think just giving them the direct link is the better alternative. And that is in Coaches Opt for Change. And I'll post it again when I post this recording.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anything else on New Year, New You? So just a huge opportunity with that. I think anytime you can have somebody else watch it from something else, and like they hear it from us and then they hear it from another person, or especially, and there'll be stories, just as you know, there'll be people, they'll do stories, which are always impactful. That's usually what makes the biggest difference. And then they'll also have, like I said, a light touch on coaching as well. Okay, so let's keep going. Lots to cover. Okay, so this, who's excited about this? Put a 1 in the chat, if you're super excited about this, because I did not see this coming. And I just want to, personally, thank Optavia for giving us this huge incentive. So Commit to Health, if you missed the email or you missed my Facebook Live last week, this is a pricing incentive that Optavia is offering to our clients to incent them to go ahead and come on board, or to reactivate if they have not placed an order in 180 days or more. So this is available to new clients or inactives 180 days or more. And basically what they get is all the new client specials, including those inactives that all at 180 days of the 5 free boxes up front, the discount on and free shipping, but they are going to also get $75 off their first order. And then they're also going to get 3 times 30% on Premier credits for their next order. So a lot of the stuff is out there. You've probably seen it, but you can place their order one of 2 ways, you guys. The typical is to put the 5-in-1 kit, the Essential Optimal 5-in-1 kit in the cart, which of course you can customize it, and then it will pop up, give them their 5 free boxes of Fuelings. It'll take the discount off, and then also do that 30% Premier rewards. The other option is especially this usually is very often the case with reactivating clients. They kind of know what they want. So they can order 20 boxes of Fuelings. They have to have at least 15 they pay for, and then they'll get 5 for free, but then they'll get a discount at the end that'll be calculated of the $121 off for the free Fuelings, and then the $75 taken off on top of that. So thank you to Frank, who did well, here's an example. Now, if you have a new client, you do want them to get the Habits of Health book, right? We do want them to get the Habits of Health system. So this is example 1 is month 1 is the kit, the 5 free boxes, and the Habits of Health system. So under $400, it is such a great deal for somebody getting started or restarted, and then get those triple rewards off month 2, which is $96. And so then this is kind of give you a ballpark of, you can see what their order would look like for the second month. Frank did a great thing this morning. This would be like maybe it's somebody who's reactivating who already has the Habits of Health books. And Frank, if you want to pop in and add anything on this, but this was basically just doing the kit. Am I correct on that, Frank?
No, I actually signed up a client this morning.
Oh,
and,
okay.
Yeah, I took a screenshot before I went over to the final screen for, their state taxes, and that's where that came from. So that was,
Okay.
the 501 kit, their books, Premier, brand new client.
Hmm. Okay, that included the books and everything.
Yeah, and it showed me when I did it, Dee, that, and I should have taken a screenshot of it, but I didn't, but it showed me about $98 in their rewards that was, now in their bank for next month.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so this, I think actually Meg had run these. So if you see on the one on the right where it showed the earnings for this order, it was $96. So that is a great thing, you guys. I mean, what a great incentive. I mean, I've never seen it where they've done it where we've got the money off so much on the first one and on the second. So that is really where it's leaving it's in our hands. The goal is we bring people in or reactivate, get them re-engaged in the community, the education, the system, whatever, especially if it's a re-engaging, whatever was falling apart before, let's re-engage them in the tools. And by doing that, they'll start to get the progress they're looking for. And then of course, get that discount on that second order. So they keep going. So who and how to share this is going to be very similar. We're going to want to do this offering to all of our candidates, people that we've spoken to about the program, haven't signed up yet, following up on them. Also our inactive clients. So it is for this one, 180 days. So 6 months since their last order. So I think that is actually June 29th right now. And just if you don't know this, you can just go on the computer and just put what was 180 days prior to today's date, and Google will just give you the answer of what that is. But we created a sample email, short and sweet, that you can send to inactives. And there is also a training video available for how to run your list, to find those people to send it to. Now, this is going to be a rolling, right? Because we've got 5 weeks. We can offer this promotion. We can offer it this week, and then we've got the 4 weeks in January. So I'm going to do a mass mailing this week, and then every week look for the next people that qualify for it week to week. So I'll be sending an email to those additional people each week. So good is going to be doing that mass email or a text blast. Better is going to be if you give it that personal touch, right? So if I reached out to Lori Day and said, hey, Lori, been a while, in text, been a while since we connected, not sure how you're doing with your health, wanted to let you know about this promotion that we're offering. But of course, best is going to be that personal, that voice, by doing it that way, following the same guidelines. I do encourage that you promote this heavily on social media, but I want you to remember this is primarily for your branding and for layering, right? It's a waste of this valuable tool if we're just putting it out there and waiting for people to come to us. That's kind of like being at the middle school dance and everybody's just standing around the wall. We want to be the one that's actually reaching out our hand to individuals and inviting them into our world. Okay, so real important with that. I think for a while we all got kind of comfortable with just splatting on social media, but we're just finding it's not as effective. Better, as we've talked about the past few weeks, is Facebook Lives and doing a video in your stories, letting people hear your voice. Why are you excited about this? Your passion for helping people, how Optavia made a difference in your world. Keep it short and sweet, 1 to 4 minutes tops, but that video is really that's 90% of social media these days. I was getting my nails done and watched this girl next to me, younger girl. She'd just scroll. She'd stop for a second on a video, the scroll. So people are moving fast. She wasn't reading anything that was written. She was just scrolling, stopping on the videos. Okay. So a couple important notes around this, because this gets combined, you guys. We still have our Accelerator for All bonus that's good for all of us through December 31st. So this is if you bring in 3 new clients this month, you'll get a $150 bonus. If you bring in 5 or more, you're going to get a $250 bonus. This still counts. And just know, because the qualifying volumes are lower now, our qualifying volumes and our commissions are going to be lower with these lower dollar amounts, but they have lowered the QV amount. So it's 2 orders of $275 and higher. They can qualify for you to get this bonus. And then the Accelerator bonus does replace the new Coach Cab effective January 1st. And for as long as this commit to health is in place, that qualifying volume is 275. So you can learn more about all of this. They've done a great job in Coach Answers, laying everything out. And then Optavia is going to do a community webinar for coaches this Wednesday night, January 28th at 8 p.m. So highly encourage you to be on that as well. So let's take a minute and talk about this, because that's a lot to digest. Questions?
Hi, Dee. The webinar, you just said 128, 22, or did you?
Oh, I'm sorry.
28?
Yeah, that's my Sudafed talking. I've got a head
Yep.
cold. It should have been 12.
12/28
Should have been
at
12/28.
8
Thank you.
PM.
Yes, yep, December 28th. Thank you, Debbie. Yep, thank you. Thought I was doing good. Good catch. Now, I did get a question, and Optavia did put in there that you can, if you choose, give additional wellness credits off if you want. That is up to you. Just realize you are going to be getting less commission based on the $75 off, but some are choosing to do the $25 off because it makes it go under $300. So if you can still give wellness credits on top of it. I don't really think it's necessary as your business leader, but if you choose to, you can. I just want you to, because if you saw that with Optavia, I wanted you to know why some people are choosing to do that. It's not like, again, we're giving them a huge gift with the program and with the discount, but just know that that can be an option as well. Anybody have questions about running their reports or sending the email?
Dee, is that email already posted in Coaches Off for Change?
No, I'm going to post it with the when I post this recording.
Oh, you are, okay.
Yeah.
I have one question. So if we have clients that are a year, past that year mark or at the year mark or beyond the year mark, are they still treated as a brand new client? They're coming into this this new promotion. So
Yeah.
Okay. So they would, so the difference being, I think, is that if they're 6 months, then they have to order the 20 boxes. But if they're a year, they can still get the kit, right? And not have to order the 20.
Actually, it's unique for this, Michelle, this one, and we've been doing a lot of confirming on this. They
Okay.
can, 6-monthers are getting the new client incentive. So they are also getting the 5 free boxes or discount and the free shipping. It's huge.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. There was a little bit of communication going on with that in Coaches Opt for Change today in one of the threads. And so I was doing some confirming with business leader support. So if there's any ever question, let me know. Everybody's getting up to speed on this, but that was the answer I was given from business leader support. They're the ones that support the IPDs that they qualify and get the free shipping.
Oh, wow. Okay, great. Thanks.
Yeah, it's huge. Okay, I missed that. What did you say, Debbie? I missed what you said. Oh, okay.
Hey, I was just thinking, it's a variation on what you and I had discussed a while ago about the dollar per goal and then the dollar per what you lost. And so I was thinking, well, with this incentive, we could say 75 for that first month, and the second month you get 30% off. And so your third month, however much you lost in your second month, I'll give you $1 in wellness credits per pound. And that way you extend it 1/3 month.
Yeah, I mean, that could be definitely, and at that point, they're probably down 15, 20, 25 pounds. So yeah, definitely an option. Definitely an option. Now realize, guys, like what we're doing, what's so amazing about this is such a huge opportunity to reactivate clients and bring in new clients, that these are your potential new coaches. These are your potential new executive directors on your team, your potential new global directors. Like there's so much opportunity, especially bringing somebody new into Optavia. They know nothing right? They know nothing about how huge this opportunity is. And anybody who's coming back, if they've been struggling, it gives such an opportunity for us to help introduce them and engage them in more into the components of the program. And so I think it's just a huge opportunity that, yeah, the more you can integrate them, Debbie, and incent them to kind of stay through the whole process, the better. Okay, awesome. These are things that, like, I would really, if you haven't done it, like, I would encourage you to send that email out like tomorrow. You know, like, get your first batch of emails out to the bulk of everybody tomorrow, because people are making decisions right now. And then I would also, I know what I was going to say before, I would print your list off. And depending on how long you're coaching, you know, like, it would be hard for me to call, like, you know, 1,000 inactive clients. But what I'll do is print the list and actually look at it and look for names that jump out at me. Like, oh my gosh, like I would really like to work with that person or whatever. And then also do a personal touch to a lot of people. You could text them, call them, hey, wanted to make sure you got the email, been thinking about you, etc. So that email blast, remember, only about a quarter of people are opening their emails. That's a national stat on emails, that people only open about, I'm sorry, reverse that, about 25% of their emails. So it is possible you'll send that email blast and they won't open it. So following up, a layering call, etc., is important. I wouldn't just put it out there and then be upset if you heard crickets, because 75% of your people might not have seen it. All right. Okay, good stuff. All right. Just a couple more quick things. All right, so we had already announced, and we're launching our Get Back to Me in 2023. So this is going to launch January 2nd. What I'm doing in my promotions is saying, hey, when you come back, you get to be a part of this for no additional cost. This is really nothing other than, what we want to do is, we know a lot of people, it's been a hard year, maybe the hard past 2 years, hard past 3 years, especially inactives. They've tried, they've retried, they've tried, you know, maybe it's you have tried to get back on program and having a hard time. So what this 4 weeks is going to be, we're not going to give reading assignments. We're not going to do all the things we typically do. We're going to do 28 days of post, but they're going to be about self-care. They're going to be about celebrating and identifying and celebrating wins, progress over perfection. And everybody does need to be a client, but they don't have to be in weight loss. If somebody can't commit to being on the 5 and 1, but they're willing to do the 4, 2, 1, have them do it. If they want to do the 3 and 3, have them do it. Maybe their goal is they want to get their water in every day and get their steps in. Whatever it is, you work on it with them. But we want to keep it light, upbeat, and really focused on the value of creating health and the value of treating ourselves well. So I'm excited about that. So this is kind of what I just described here. Again, I would put it out on social media as a layering, but use this as a tool to directly discuss with people. And I'm really doing this a lot with my existing clients, those that are on program or those that are on program-ish, you know, really encouraging them to reset some new goals, can come up with some new ideas for wins, etc. So again, better would be your lives, your stories, just talking about why we're doing this, what's different. I think anything we can do, you guys, that really sets you apart as an Optavia coach. I think as a community, we offer some pretty special things, and we really treat our clients well and thoroughly, that I don't know that every Optavia coach does across the board. So really what you want to do is market yourself and what you're offering that's going to make a difference in your clients' success, and to let your world know what you're doing, why you're doing it, why it's so important, and why it's so special. So questions around this? Back to Me in 2023. Okay, awesome. Awesome. We'll keep it rocking and rolling. One more thing. All right. Okay, so this is totally unrelated. This is for you, because I know a lot of us are starting to think about how we want to finish 2022, and more importantly, how do we want to look and go and grow into 2023. 2023. We talk a lot about goals. We talk about dream boards, but something I've been offering for our team for I think the past 3 years is a friend of mine is a certified transformational life coach. And she wrote a book called The Power of One Word. And she wrote it actually as she was coming through cancer. And it was something that she did and a philosophy she used as she was going through her cancer treatments. But basically, this can be a workshop just for our team. It's optional. There is an additional fee for it. It's going to be on Thursday, January 5th. But it's how you choose your one word for 2023. And I love this. She talks about the optimizing the power of focus and also the activating the power of letting go. So letting go of what you want to get rid of and bringing in what you want to bring in to the new year. And if anybody has participated in one of these before and wants to jump in maybe on what your experience has been, would love to have somebody share about the Power of One Word workshops.
I'll share, Dee.
Okay.
I think I've participated in the last 3 years that you've done them, and they've been really powerful. That word just sticks with you like the entire year. This last year, my word was fearless. And I have to tell you, once I picked that word, I realized how much fear I had in my life, in every area of my life. So these words can be very powerful as they help you navigate through life and your own journey, you know, in our own health and as leaders and all that. So I highly recommend them. And they're also a lot of fun. They're a lot of fun, but very eye-opening as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll give you an example real quick as we're wrapping up. And when you said fun, so I learned about the power of one word years ago from my friend Julie. She's one of my best friends. She lives in Texas. She's an attorney. She works super hard, type of person that was like always on the go, raising her kids, never slowed down, etc. And one year she did one of these workshops and she wanted more fun in her life. And so her word was actually fun. Right? Her word of the year was fun. So then whenever she was faced with choices, she would actually always say to herself, like if she was going to decline an activity, like going out to dinner with somebody or bowling or something, she would go, well, what would be the fun thing to do? Well, the fun thing to do would be to go do that, right? So she was able to start incorporating more fun into her life and still do her job, raise her kids and all the things. So I just thought that was a cool, that was actually a really kind of lighthearted one, somebody who was working super hard that wanted to try it a different way. My first year that I did this, and I've shared this before, was 2018. That was probably the biggest growth year personally and professionally for me. Chose the word courage. And very much like Michelle's word, I discovered how much fear I had. And when I was faced with decisions, especially related to the business, like, do I call this person and invite them to New Year, New You? Do I call them? Do I feel like I'm going to bug them? And I'd always say, what's the courageous thing to do? And whenever I would choose the courage, it always brought me on the path that I wanted to be. So they can be great. So totally optional, might be your thing, not your thing, but just wanted to let you know something special I wanted to be able to offer for you guys. So there's going to be a lot happening this week. Let's use our Facebook group for communication. You can reach to me with any questions, reach to your mentors. I know you're spending time with your families. Absolutely plenty of time for both. If you do power sessions, really budget your time well. And Lori, did you have a question or just your hand up, Lori?
No, that was supposed to be an applause,
Oh, good.
not
Love
a
it.
reaction. Sorry, couldn't figure out how to make it stop.
Hey, I'll take it. High five, whatever it was.
Yeah.
But I just wanted you guys to know as we're wrapping up the year, how special you guys are. When we get together again, it's going to be January 2nd. We're going to be launching into our new year already. So unbelievable. So we'll do some celebrating about your accomplishments in 2023 or 2022. And just 40 of us on this call tonight, ready to help other people. So have a great time with this. Let's touch a lot of lives together. And I'm here if you've got questions. Okay. All right. See you later.